Rashata Shishima. His Divine Grace abide, Sarana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Shkota Rashata Shishima Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Jai Nanta Kuti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Jai Rantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Jai Nitagora Premanande. All glories to all the assembly devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Hare Vishnu Purva Shishkila Sari Kari Namo Namo Krishna Bhagavan Sri Hare Krishna Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Prachari Shishna Srimad Vasitani Shitare. Hare Krishna everybody. Very nice to see you in such a great number. You filled up the room. It's very nice to see all of you. I'm a substitute teacher today for Manu Prabhu is being sick. So I saw there's some topic was scheduled for today about peace. So Hare Krishna. So I'll try to say something about that also, but I guess this is his topic. I will not go too much into it. I had nice inspiration from yesterday. We had a nice sadhu sangha. Everybody has been to a sadhu sangha before? You know what a sadhu sangha is? It's when the sadhu means a saintly person, and sangha means to associate with. So when devotees come together, we call it a sangha, sadhu sangha. Because when sadhus get together, they talk about spiritual topics, they chant about Krishna, remember Krishna, take prasadam. All these activities are there. And one nice thing we did yesterday is that after the kirtan, we couldn't decide who would have a talk, who would say something about Krishna. So we noticed that we had Srimad Bhagavatam set in the house. So everybody took one book of the Srimad Bhagavatam set. You can see it here in the shelf. Everybody has Srimad Bhagavatam set at home? Yeah? Some parts of it, at least. Very good. It said in the scripture, whoever has Srimad Bhagavatam at his home, the demigods, they offer respects to that house. It's very fortunate souls also have Srimad Bhagavatam at home. And that place becomes like a temple. Srimad Bhagavatam is it's Krishna himself in book form. You can always read about Krishna from Krishna's devotees. Every page is full of Krishna consciousness. You can open it anywhere. It's like a cake. The cake, you never know. Nobody knows where the cake starts, but everywhere is sweet. Wherever you can pick it up, it's good. So each and every one of us took a book, and there's like 18 books in the whole collection, and we pick a book and we browsed to the pages and found the verse that inspired us. That was so nice. We had to share with others. So in this way, everybody got like 5 or 10 minutes to read, think about it, and then we could share with others what nice verse, the nice jewel we found in this vast library of knowledge. So I found one verse that was really nice. I want to share it with you today. Yeah. I got it from the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, in the 2nd chapter. It's the prayers of the demigods. Prayers by the demigods. And he's talking about Kamsa. You all heard about Kamsa, haven't you? Yeah. He's the uncle of Krishna who He's brother of Devaki, who is the mother of Krishna. And when she got married with Vasudeva, he was driving the chariot. He was driving their chariot. They were just going to their kingdom from the wedding. It was during the wedding ceremony, and the demigods up from the clouds. They were very unhappy with this Kamsa. They wanted to get rid of him. They knew that Krishna is coming, but they wanted it to happen faster. So they made some schemes, and one of the demigods, he was shouting from the sky, "Kamsa, you fool! This child who is going to be born in your sister's womb is going to kill you." He said this in the eighth child of your sister is going to kill you. So Kamsa he had a problem now. He wasn't so happy anymore. Huh? And he as a demon, he had many material desires, and he didn't like the thought that he would die. That would really ruin his. That would ruin all his plans. No demon likes to die. No, nobody likes to die. So Kamsa, he got covered by anger, and he just he wanted to kill Devaki on the spot. However, Vasudeva, he stopped him, and he gave him some good reasons why not to do it. So, like, you're a king, you're a man, you shouldn't harm a woman, you shouldn't do like this. He was trying with philosophy, and telling him that everything is, that everybody dies at the end anyway, so no worries. He gave him some reasons, but he convinced him, and he gave him his word. Okay, I'm an honorable man. I always hold to my word. So I give you my word that I will bring all my children to you. And you kill them if you want. I will present them all to you. He was buying himself some time. He was intelligent. He knew that he has to do some good deal with him, so he will be pacified at the moment. Later on, he can think about something better. So Kamsa said, "Okay, we can do like this." So he let them go. And when the first child was born, he really brought him to Kamsa, and Kamsa was really surprised, and he was happy with how he's doing it. So he let the child live. He said, "Okay." They said they said that the 8th child will kill me, but and that's not the 8th, so it's okay. We can have him. But then, by his bad association, he's associating with demons. He said, like if you take a rose, you count all the petals. There's 8. And which one is the first and which one is the 8th? How do you know? So maybe this is the child. So they didn't want them to do any mercy. They show any mercy. So eventually he killed that child, and he was killing all the children. Devaki and Vasudeva, and he put them in the prison. And while they were in the prison, and having all these children, then when she got, when Krishna was about to appear, Devaki was looking very, very effulgent, very nice. And the demigods were coming to pray. And that's when this verse comes up. Kamsa was also started getting nervous. Read the verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Asina Sam Visham Tishtan Punjana Paryatan Mahim Chintayano Rishikesham Apashyad Tanmayam Jagat. While sitting on his throne, or in his sitting room, while lying on his bed, or indeed while situated anywhere, and while eating, sleeping, or walking, Kamsa saw only his enemy, the Supreme Lord, Rishikesh. In other words, by thinking of his all-pervading enemy, Kamsa became unfavorably Krishna conscious. He became Krishna conscious, but unfavorably. He's thinking about Krishna everywhere and every time. The Prabhupada says in the purport, Sri Rupa Goswami has described the finest pattern of devotional service as Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam, or cultivating Krishna consciousness favorably. Kamsa, of course, was also Krishna conscious, but because he regarded Krishna as his enemy, even though he was fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, his Krishna consciousness was not favorable for his existence. Krishna consciousness favorably cultivated makes one completely happy, so much so that a Krishna conscious person does not consider Kaivalya Sukham, or merging into the existence of Krishna, to be a great gain. Kaivalya Sukham you get free from all the material misery, and you go, you attain mukti. No? You heard about that before, right? Is when you are
Free.
You are liberated. Yeah. Kaivalyam narakayate. This means that mukti is like hell for you. For devotees, it's like hell. For a Krishna conscious person, even merging into the existence of Krishna or Brahman, as impersonalists aspire to do, is uncomfortable. Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapur akasha pushpayate. Karmis hanker to be promoted to the heavenly planets. But a Krishna conscious person considers such promotion as will-o'-the-wisp, good for nothing. Yeah. Going to heaven doesn't make a difference. Say good for nothing. Durdan tendriya kala sarpa patali protkata damshtrayate. Yogis try to control their senses and thus become happy. But a Krishna conscious person neglects the methods of yoga. So yogi is like controlling the senses. If you're already sense controlled, you don't have any problems with your body. No? Usually we get sick because we can't control our senses. It's not like, it's a lifestyle we live. Sometimes you eat something wrong, eat something too much, and it can accumulate, and you get sick for a longer period of time or shorter period of time. Depends on your bodily constitution and everything. But the yogi is self-controlled, he makes tapasya and everything to stay perfectly fit, so he's never gets sick. They shouldn't. They have this kind of lifestyle, just meditate and do all this yoga, so the body functions nice. Yogi knows how the body functions. You know how they are digesting. They feel every part of the body much more because they focus on it very much. But the devotee doesn't have to worry about it, how much prasad we take. How many devotees are very concerned about they eat too much or something. They're just concerned when you when it interrupts your service. But otherwise, it's okay, no problem. You eat something sweet, you eat a little bit more some days. It's all Krishna Prasad. It's all helping us advance in Krishna consciousness, because taking prasad is controlling the senses. We take prasad because it's offered to Krishna, and if we eat only prasad, spiritual food, and our body becomes spiritual also, our senses are spiritualized. The problem is if we take food that is not prasadam, and that acts differently, it has some karma in it, and affects us, our mentality, affects our our mind. With the spiritual food, when you meditate, if you eat it properly, with thinking about Krishna, not just filling up the stomach, but consciously, it can be very strong practice to become Krishna conscious. Just taking prasad, cooking prasad, offering it to the Lord, and honoring it. This is a complete circle of becoming Krishna conscious with Krishna prasad. So yogis. And yogis, they are happy. I met one yogi, his name is Yogananda. It's very nice. He's a devotee also, he likes yoga a lot. In Yoga Ananda, I could see from his face, he's happy from doing yoga. He's stretching his pain out. When at yoga you stretch so much, and you feel a little bit pain, and then you push a little bit more, and then you get relief. It's relieving when you get rid of that pain, no? But it's like being happy just because you don't have problems, right? We are materialists, they're trying to be happy just by avoiding distress, just by getting free of distress. But this is not happiness yet. there is more, can get it by by doing devotional service. You become really happy, as it says here. So devotee is unconcerned with the greatest of enemies, the senses, which are compared to snakes. The senses are like snakes, it says here. For a Krishna conscious person who is cultivating Krishna consciousness favorably, the happiness conceived by the karmis, jnanis and yogis is treated as less than a fig. So we are here looking for the greatest of happiness, right? Because this happiness that the karmis and jnanis and yogis are striving for is less than a fig for a devotee. Kamsa, however, because of cultivating Krishna consciousness in a different way, that is, inimically, was uncomfortable in all the affairs of his life. Whether sitting, sleeping, walking, or eating, he was always in danger. This is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. A non-devotee or atheist also cultivates God consciousness by trying to avoid God in everything. No? The scientists are trying to explain us that there is no God. They're trying to avoid God everywhere. They are becoming Krishna, God conscious by trying to prove that there is no God. Trying very hard to teach us. No, we have good theory. You can believe in. There was a big bang, and it all came to exist. You don't have to worry about before. Just there was a bang, and that's it. now everything is here. It just became like this after millions of years of cooking in the big soup of the world. Doesn't have, if you think about it, you have to really, it doesn't have any logic to it, no? How can nothing explode and make so much variety, and how can at first be nothing and then be something, right? They are trying very hard to ignore God, but what is the point? You may forget about God all your life, but God will come at the time of death and He will remind you, hey, here I am. You're trying to forget me, but I'm here to remind you that your time's up. Next life, you will have another chance. You can think about what you're gonna think, how you're gonna live your life. So, for example, so-called scientists who want to create life by a combination of chemicals regard the external material elements as supreme. Such scientists do not like the idea that life is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. As clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutta Sanatana. The living entities do not arise from a combination of material elements, such as earth, water, air, and fire, but are separated portions of the Supreme Personality Godhead. If one can understand the position of the living entity as a separated portion of the Supreme Personality Godhead by studying the nature of the living entity, one can understand the nature of the Supreme Godhead, since the living entity is a fragmental sample of the Godhead. But because atheists are not interested in God consciousness, they try to be happy by cultivating Krishna consciousness in various and favorable ways. Very well. So, in Bhagavad Gita we can get this information, no? From the very beginning. Krishna is telling Arjuna that he's not his body, he's not made of he's not made of matter. He's spiritual, he's part of him. That there is a spiritual energy and there is material energy. The spiritual energy are the living entities. Some are fallible, some are infallible, and some are marginal. Oh, this is actually infallible. And I guess those who are here, we are the fallible ones. And there are those who are in the spiritual world eternally, they are infallible. So spiritual nature is the same as the Lord. Just like the Lord is like an ocean, and we are small drops of that ocean. And when the drop of the ocean is out in the dry, it's suffering like hell. And when it's in the ocean, it's happy in its own position. And in this world, we have earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. These are all material elements that are making this body. This is the earth you see. There's a lot of water in here. And here's some fire to digest. And there's also air that's helping all the functions going on. And then there's the mind that's controlling the senses and thinking about things, reminding me I have to eat, reminding me I have to go to sleep, and reminding me other things that are not so important. That's the mind. And then there is intelligence. There's the storage of our memories, all the knowledge we gained, and according to the knowledge we have, we decide, and we can also control our mind by intelligence. If you read good books, you have lots of proofs to fight against the flickering mind. The mind has some ideas that are not so smart. Intelligence tells, oh, what are you thinking about this nonsense? We just read there. You should do differently. Intelligence is like you see in the cartoons, the old cartoons. When there's a person, he has an angel and has a devil. So the mind is the devil, and the angel is the intelligence. There's also a super soul, and the super soul is working with the angel here. Because they're a good thing. Yeah, so all these things are explained in the Bhagavad Gita about the soul and the material elements. And he's also explaining the demoniac mentality, the 16th chapter, which is, and here we have an example, like Kamsa. He's a demoniac, has a demoniac mentality, a person who is Krishna conscious in an unfavorable way. He knows about Krishna, he knows philosophy very well, he knows he's not his body, but he just, he was talking with Vasudeva, and sometimes he gives very good philosophy. When we're reading Bhagavatam, sometimes he says some very sublime things, but his mentality is demoniac, so his knowledge, all of his knowledge is, you could say, in vain. So this verse is talking we should practice Krishna consciousness in a favorable way. We are meant to learn how to love God. There's another paragraph. Although Kamsa was always absorbed in thoughts of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was not happy. A devotee, however, whether sitting on a throne or beneath a tree, is always happy. Sri Rupa Goswami resigned from office as a government minister to sit beneath a tree, yet he was happy. You know, Rupa Goswami, one of the Lord Chaitanya's disciples, he had a very good job. He was, after he retired from his job, he had so much, he had so much gold he could fill up a boat. It said exactly like this. It said Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he was happy. His happiness was not dependent on material situation. Sitting under a tree, completely happy. He did not care for his comfortable position as minister. He was happy even beneath the tree in Vrindavan, favorably serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. For a non-devotee, the world is full of problems, whereas for a devotee, the entire world is full of happiness. Anybody has full of problems? Or is life full of happiness? This happens when we chant, no? When we chant Hare Krishna, when we come to the temple, we can forget about all the problems outside. Because it's all temporary, no? It's just the life we live in, some karma that's stuck to us. But we know there's It's not gonna be like this forever. Like now is winter, and then it's gonna be spring, and then summer comes, and then it's autumn again, and winter comes again. It's just now it's winter. It's like this. It's normal. Just have to know what's the time now. It's time for this now. Vishvam Purna Sukayate Vidima Hendraishcha Kitayate Yat Karunyaka Taksha Vaibhavatam Tam Gauram Evasuma. This comfortable position of the devotee can be established by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yasmin Stitona Dukena Guruna Api Vicharyate. Even when a devotee is superficially put into great difficulty, he is never disturbed. That's the end of the purport. And just reading about Lord Chaitanya, I remember a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I think it's in Madhya 14th chapter, the first verse says, can't remember it now. It says that just remembering Lord Chaitanya, even the most difficult things become easy. But if one forgets Lord Chaitanya, even the most easy things become difficult. Anybody knows the verse? Very good verse to meditate upon. No? So, for example, if chanting Hare Krishna is difficult, you just have to remember Lord Chaitanya, how he used to go to South India. He was chanting Krishna, 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 hey. And when others saw him, they also started to chant Krishna, 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 hey. And when these people, they went home, and the other villagers, they saw the people who saw Lord Chaitanya, they also started chanting Krishna, 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 hey. And like this, the movement of chanting Hare Krishna was spread all around South India, and it's spreading now like fire everywhere. Just by chanting Hare Krishna, when you see devotees outside, maybe you're not like chanting, when you see them, you just have to say Hare Krishna or something. You cannot not becomes like more natural. The name of Krishna comes out. So remembering Lord Chaitanya and devotees, that the whole process becomes very easy. It becomes very blissful, just remembering how blissful Lord Chaitanya was and all these devotees chanting and dancing. You can read about this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita is a practical, it's a practical book how to practice this Krishna consciousness. By reading Srimad Bhagavatam, one becomes self-realized. First 9 cantos, you read and understand, you become self-realized. This is a blessing. Then you can understand the 10th canto, all these mellows, relationships of Krishna and Gopis. It takes some reading. It's a lot, but you start someday. It can be possible in 5 years. If you read 8 pages a day, you can read it in 5 years. That's doable, right? Yeah. For Srimad Bhagavatam. 8 chapters a day. We call this, be a sage, page by page. Yeah, it's a very nice program.
Sorry, I found that verse I think you're looking for.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says, Kathanchana smrite yashmin dushkaram sukaram bhave Vishimrite viparitam shayat Shri Chaitanyam namamitam.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, and if we forget Lord Chaitanya, even the easiest thing becomes very difficult. That's why, like chanting Hare Krishna is not so difficult, right? But if you forget about Lord Chaitanya, you don't chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta, then this mantra we chant before chanting Hare Krishna, because there is a blessing, and by chanting this mantra we'll be free from doing offenses to the holy name. And so if we forget about Lord Chaitanya when chanting Hare Krishna, then we make offenses and it becomes very difficult. There's a connection there, right? Yeah, so Lord Chaitanya he came to this world just to show us how to chant Hare Krishna, and how to spread this movement all around the world by chanting, dancing, feasting, everything that we're doing here today. And you can also do it at home. You invite some sadhus, make sadhu sangha, read some Srimad Bhagavatam. And there's also another game I played with a few devotees a few days ago. It's very nice, you can try it. You just think about one personality of Srimad Bhagavatam or Mahabharata or Ramayana. You think about the personality, and the others ask you questions. The questions that can be answered only with yes or no. And then you try to guess who's that person. And you find out lots of new things about these personalities that are in all these books, but I guess you have to know a bit of them. Yeah, because there's so many and very nice stories. Yeah. And it's a very nice game. So I think I can stop here, and anybody would like to say something, some comment or question, or some verse that they read that is nice to share with others. Yes, please.
I have a question, sir. You're talking in the earlier part about senses. We know that the senses is controlled by mind. Mind and senses are related. And mind is also associated with thoughts. This thought, that thought, X, Y, Z. And it is said that thoughts are more powerful than deeds. So it's just enough if you have a bad thought, even if it doesn't translate into bad actions, it still counts as. So the question is, so how do you sort of control the mind, because mind has all these thoughts and mind controls the senses. One solution which often being said is that engage your mind in Lord's activities. So chant, read scriptures, hear his pastime. So the problem which I have encountered, assuming that 24 hours you can put the mind, the thoughts in Lord's activities, mind still wanders. So how do you sort of control mind, because that's very important, because that is related to senses again.
Well, even Arjuna, he realized that the mind is stronger than the wind. No? You stand like this, you stop the wind. You cannot. No, but the mind should be engaged in always thinking how to do good for others. That's what I read in Bhagavad Gita. You should always think about how to do good for others. It's the one way how to engage the mind. thoughts. Well, in this age, in Kali Yuga, if you do something wrong with your thoughts, it's not considered. It's not taken in consideration so much, like in the other ages. In the other ages, you could make an offense in the mind, but if you do an offense in the mind, in this age, it's not so taken in consideration because it's a very difficult age, and the mind is like very difficult to control. So if you just observe your mind, step back from the mind and see what your mind is doing, and don't identify with the mind. The mind can be your escort, can be your bad friend, can be bad association, but you just realize who you're dealing with and try to work with him and make him better. But don't feel too bad because of your mind, because it's not you. It's just the mind is like that because of all the bad association he had from the many lives before. But if he thinks good and he chants Hare Krishna, he's a good guy. Hare Krishna.
I will just mention a few things about controlling mind in this question. So there is two things how we can control our mind very easily. Mentally and physically. Yeah? So mentally that we have to chant Hare Krishna mantra, and when we start to chant, then we will see some effects of the mantra. First is like bad effects. That means like you getting sleepy.
You're getting sleepy.
Getting sleepy. You get sleep.
Yeah, you sleep.
Start to sleep. That means like your mind is slowly going to sleep. Because mind don't want to focus on Hare Krishna mantra. I think whoever chant here Hare Krishna mantra, the first beginning start from there. When you chant Hare Krishna mantra, then you start to sleep. Second things are if we will chant seriously, if you focus on Hare Krishna mantra. If not, then mind is taking you very far away. After some time you come to know that you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, but you with mind you are not here. Your body you are here, but mind is going very far away. Because so many thoughts are there and mind is taking you far. So Prabhupada is saying when you chant your Hare Krishna mantra, that means like you are controlling that horses with ropes. So mind is going and you bring him back again and listen. That's what Prabhupada is saying, when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you have to listen. With mouth Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare. So just make connection with this and your mind will not go far. So this is the first like mentally. And physically, that when we go outside and we see around us so many different kind of people, they are doing so many activities. Very rare they are doing spiritual activities, they are doing karma activities like that. So when we have to live, so we have to be with them. Yeah? So when we are with them and they are doing some karma activities, like for example, I work with people like Amazon there, and people are coming and going, then they have food and they are doing table tennis and this kind of stuff, everything. But I am between them, 5,000 people every day I am between them. So it's not easy for me that be my own, because I have good friend, bad friend. So good friends are they accepting me as, oh okay, you don't like these things, so don't bothering me. There are bad people, they say, oh, why you like this? Come with us. You don't know, we will teach you. So physically you have to indirectly avoid them, because when you just give one finger to these kind of people, nice way they're going to take you all hand. So you have to avoid it. That's called physical. So for that you have to chant your Hare Krishna mantra nicely every day, focus on that, and that's a very good practice for to control mind. That's my experience until now in my 40 years life. That's Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very powerful. So we have to chant our Ram seriously. Speak with mouth, hear with your ear, and that's it. And mind will go, but just keep him bring back. With that, whatever you have in your life, another questions, you can control them. With this, you can control them. There are other people, they cannot control their mind. So we can do, devotee can do, because they have that experience. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
I have also just one book to recommend. Maybe the gentleman is interested. The book is called Power of Now. The Maker's Flow. Flow. Sorry. Okay. I didn't know that there was no connection. So yeah, that's it.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
So my name is Madhava. Okay, I just recently moved from USA to here.
USA.
United States of America to here.
Oh, welcome.
Recently, yeah. Okay, so I used to go to. Okay, I live in Detroit, Michigan. We have a big temple, Hare Krishna temple. There, like in the Sunday we have feast and all those things. Okay, my guru used to say for this control of senses. Okay, your mind and all. There are 4 words actually, A, B, C, D. A is for association. Okay, that means okay, the Swamiji, the Prabhuji, whatever he said, right? Association. Okay, generally we do have association with the people who likes your mind and okay, follow the same spirituality and all. That's like association. That's what okay, every weekly twice or thrice we will have satsang. Then most of the people will come and talk about all these things. That's called association. B is books. Okay, Prabhupada provided for you books. How to control, how to avoid our thoughts and all those things. That's one way of books, reading the books. C is
Association books.
yeah, C is chanting. You do chanting 16 times per day. So again, Gita, Ekadasi and all those things we can do n number of times. That's C is chanting. D is devotion, dedication to the service to the Lord. That's what okay, my guru used to say these 4 words. Control of senses, A, B, C, D.
So
the
the
third
control.
of inform.
Thank you very much. So to control the mind is like ABCD. It's very nice. We're experts on controlling the mind here.
So this is not a small question
Yes.
actually.
Yes,
Even
please.
Arjuna also asked the same question to Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
how to control my mind.
Yeah.
So that's what there was so much of debate on this one.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to say.
Yes?
My name is Dara Das. I'm devotee of
Excuse me,
Paramahansa.
again?
My name is Dara Das.
Dara.
Dara Das.
Dara.
Yeah. I'm devotee of Paramahansa Vishwananda. Yeah, I'm very glad to be here singing with you Hare Krishna. I want to share with you how I come to God. Yeah, I come for not self. Yeah, Mahavatar Babaji bring me to my Gurudev. Yeah, and try to once do spiritual practice on chanting. Do you hear about it?
On chanting.
Yeah, I did it once. Yeah, and then I stop and you talk everything. Yeah, then again, and then my life become like both like this. Yeah, it got thrown me there. Yeah, and then I come to temple. Yeah. And I start to read a book, it's Babaji. Yeah? I start to read, and there was meditation, 40 days meditation for contact Babaji. Yeah, I get contact with Babaji. He showed me how I was past life and showed me where I have to go. Yeah, and I have to go to Paramahansa Vishwananda. When I come to him, I understand and that it is my life. Yeah, I have to be there. Yeah, I have to singing. I have to organize chanting. Yeah, and now I'm organizer on chanting here, and I want to share this practice. It's very good practice. Yeah, it's clean around 2 kilometers. Everything. Yeah, it clean a lot of negative energy from earth. Yeah, and clean our body, our mind. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Yeah, clean our mind, emotion, everything. and I want to share with you. If you want, we can organize here or something where this practice is very good for our earth. We can save this world with this practice.
So you say that Om chanting clears everything in radius of 2 kilometers.
Yeah, it's very good practice. It's the most powerful practice now in the world. When we sing it, it's group practice, and we're singing Om, and this vibration cleans everything around. It's got energy.
There's also Om chanting is also in the bells, you know. The
Yeah,
bells they have
yeah,
this
yeah.
strength. No?
But when you do Om chanting from your heart, it's most powerful because they come from God.
Yes.
And this, not just singing, this structure which give Mahavatar Babaji, we see, it's circle, and all the time we change. Yeah? And this structure, it become more powerful Om. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the same practice we do. We chant Hare Krishna mantra.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna mantra, its potency is like it goes around the world and comes back. No? It doesn't have any limits. It's like its radius is purifying the whole universe. You know, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is Krishna himself, and the syllable Om is representing Krishna also. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the process given by the Lord Chaitanya, and its potency doesn't have any borders, like limits. It purifies the whole universe. So, I mean, Om chanting is not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Om is just Omkar, but okay, this Hare Krishna mantra is also Maha mantra. See, it itself is having so much of positive energy in this one also.
Yeah.
If you read more than 16 times or more than one time, so definitely it feels that the positive energy within.
Yeah. But Om chanting, this is part of Atma Kriya Yoga. Yeah? This Atma Kriya Yoga with also Mahavatar Babaji. He lived more than 5,000 years on earth, and he gave promise that he don't go out from earth till everyone to go to God. Yeah? And when we chant our mantra Om Namo Narayana, we do it with pranayama. Yeah? And but this practice without religious practice, because many people, don't like religion, and Hinduism doesn't harm and all that, and it's very good for us. And I have write book, many books. I have write 3 books and 1 book about myself. If you want, you can find it inside of Ayogi, how I come to that.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to our association.
We don't have temple here in Ireland, yet.
All these chanting of mantras, they're all auspicious. They're all coming from Vedic scriptures.
Yeah.
Everything is auspicious, but the most important is where the heart is, right?
Yeah.
You do it purely, and it has lots of greater effect. You chant whichever name of God you like. Prabhupada, he said that you can chant the name of Jesus or Yahweh. Also, he was preaching like this, and you just have to become God conscious and learn how to love Him. And chant His name, and you will be purified. You will understand God. You will go back to Him. That's the goal. More? You also, you can see.
I find these talks and discussions very engaging and very exciting and much fun. I really enjoy it. I just had a thought, like I write songs, and a lyric that came from me from God was, "I'm glad my mind is mine." And well, we are part of God. We're all part of God, and God gave us our mind. And so, if we make friends with the mind, it's better rather than giving out to ourselves for having a mind, because we have a mind. Like, instead of going, stop having a mind. I mean, that doesn't make sense. And we make friends with our mind, and we observe it, and we talk to it like we would a child, in a sense that oh, that's nice, thanks for sharing, like the way you speak to your mind, you say, oh, thank you for sharing, that was very nice, maybe I won't take that advice, but thanks for sharing, you know. And I do believe that the mantra really helps clear your mind and gives you a clarity, and so regular practice is very important for clarity. But I just wanted to put that out there with the making friends with your mind, you know, because it's what Krishna gave you, you know, it's what God gave you. So make friends with yourself.
Thank you. It's a good understanding that the mind is separate from us, right? You have to understand it. Mind, it's not me, it's mind. You understand it's a separate
But it's
thing.
It's a part
Yes.
of us. But it's, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that if we're all one, all part of us is necessary. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist.
Yeah, you cannot escape your mind wherever you go or whatever. I agree with your point. I'm not against it.
I understand. No, I understand. Sure, what I'm saying is coming from another place anyway.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it's just to make friends with everything that we are, because if we start singling out an aspect of ourself that's not right, then, sorry. Yes, thank you. Then we become fractured, we become unwell, we become sick, because we are not accepting, and I know it's not good to believe everything that the mind tells us. That's very true. That's why it is important to know that we are not the mind, we are the consciousness observing the mind. But the mind is still a part of everything, so that's all I'm saying, just as an integration.
Thank you very much. We can take some short points because we have to go to next topic. Say a word. You want to say?
Yeah, I will just say that we have, in our life we have so many things, because we are not just living all life in one holy place. Yeah, if we live in one place, holy place, daily chanting and sadhu sanghas and kirtan, bhajan, prasadam. Yeah. So according our lifestyle, we have to live with another people to they have different style. But I will mention main point that Srila Prabhupada said, and Shastra said, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially he is arrived to take incarnation in the beginning of Kali Yuga, and he just said that just chant Hare Krishna Mantra. That is the source of everything. So if we don't know, we can see today all these people are here, and not only here in Dublin, but all around the world, you know, Hare Krishna people. They were not as like today, all these devotees. Me too, you know, I'm born in India. So they were affected with material world, but only by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, only by following footstep of Srila Prabhupada, we are today here. Yeah? So I will just request you honestly, everyone, that just don't make your life complicated. There is so many mantras. Hare Krishna mantra, Mahamantra also is opposite way, or Om, or whatever, you know. So there is written in the Shastras, Jat mantras, Gayatri mantras, or whatever mantras. There are particular place, particular time, you know. But for Kali Yuga, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he told just Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and your life will be success. And read Srila Prabhupada's books. That's it.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.